Nah, he's on our mind a lot, man. Obviously, anytime somebody lose somebody that close to him, obviously, I feel like most of us, could relate to that, losing people. But just wanted to play for him today, his family, and I felt like we did that. I thought we started the game with some luxurious energy, and so we kind of kept it going throughout the game. Yeah, I spoke with him a couple times, but I think for the most part, you want to give people their space, let them grieve, and let them enjoy the time with their family. But every now and then, send them a text or try to call them, FaceTime them.
Tyrann, 3 straight games, you guys allowed 9 points. Since you've been here, do you have this much confidence in where the defense is as you do right now?
I mean, yeah, we won the Super Bowl, but I think outside of that, I think anytime, you could kind of get back to who you think you are, who you want to be, especially with the way we started the season. So I think a lot of that credit, has to go to coaches, and players too as well. Because I think for the most part, none of the coaches panicked, and then none of the players panicked. So I thought that, gave us a chance to kind of get back to, who we thought we could be.
When you look at this, game and how you all have been over the last 5, 6 weeks, how important is it knowing going in the Thursday game, a team that was coming there earlier and beat you, but now that can also put up points. How good is it that the defense is playing the way that it is that you can take that travel with that to Los Angeles and make a good shot?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think anytime you can get late into the season and your defense, starts to come alive, it always goes back to that old quote, defense wins championships. And so I think as a unit, we're just trying our best to get better, each and every week, and really give our offense as many possessions, as possible. I thought we've been doing a great job just getting to the quarterback and then taking the ball away. So, which both of those things, results most of the time in Patrick getting the ball back. So that's really just been our mindset, just trying our best to be a unit that complements the rest of the team.
But also how important is it because earlier in the season you all weren't able to create turnovers, give the defense, give the offense extra possessions, and now that you all have created those turnovers, you're actually doing something with it on the offense side of ball scoring. So
Yeah, I think that's why it's a team game. I think with our offense, they got the ability to, really strike at any moment. So, like I said, as a defense, we know that the offense can rely on us and vice versa. So I think at the end of the day, it just builds, team confidence. And whether you're on the road or at home, I think every unit understands that they can play off of each other.
Mike said he didn't know about the logo stomp by the Raiders until after the game. Did you know about it before the game? And when you found out, what was your reaction?
Nah, I didn't know about it. I found out about it post game. I had an on-field interview, and one of the guys mentioned it, but I don't. It doesn't really move me. I don't think champions, really act in that manner. So, yeah, I don't. It don't even matter.
How impressed are you with Mike Hughes being able to step in and make big plays right from the beginning? Considering
Yeah, I mean his time has been coming, for a long time now. Obviously early in the season, him kind of still getting adjusted to the defense. It took some time. I think right now, he's playing with that confidence, that swagger, and he's one of those guys. Every time he's around the ball, he's trying to punch it out or rip it out as well. So, like I said, that just that in itself, is energy, is creating energy, and that's what our team defensive. That's what we feed off.
It seemed like you spent a lot of time playing in the slot today, where normally the areas would be. But the game plan is going to change, in 24 hours in a situation like this. Is this something that the coaches come to you, or do you volunteer? Or is that something that you normally do too?
Yeah, I mean, I got a text at like 5 that morning. It was like, hey, we're going to do this week. And I was like, all right. For the most part, obviously I got a good feel for, all 5 positions back there. And I think, I'm one of those guys that can go play really anything and kind of get us through the game, out the game. So, and then it always feels good when you can kind of go back to the position that you first started at. It just kind of makes you feel young again. So, yeah.
I know it's the other side of the ball, but I'm curious over the last few weeks, what have you seen the offense work through to get back to what appears to be its usual self?
Yeah, I think those guys have a championship foundation, and really no matter what those guys go through, you know, especially the rough patches, I think what those guys have built over the years, they can always rely on that. So, you know, like I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, it's no panic. You know, none of those guys are panicking. And I think that's important. You know, we talk about team and then team chemistry as well. So it's only a matter of time for those guys start to get the rolling. And, you know, I think as a defense, you know, if we can get those guys some extra possessions, I think that does those guys, it does well for those guys.
Couple more guys. Tyrann, how have you seen the front four come on, and how much do you sense that's really helping you guys in secondary as well?
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of our defense is built on that. You know, those guys up front, you know, really controlling the game and taking over the game. And, you know, from there we have different coverages that kind of, you know, allows me and, you know, obviously the Jerry's to kind of be who we are. But I think when you look at our defense and just the philosophy of it is those big boys up front. And so it's good to see those guys, you know, just continue to not turn it off. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think just that alone just resonates with the whole team.
Tyrann, you were asked earlier about the past few weeks holding teams to 9 points. What kind of message does that send to the rest of the league? That you guys, you know, it's just not the Chiefs' offense that is getting the wins, it's the defense.
I mean, we're a complete team. You know, special teams. I think defensively, you know, we have some great players, really at all three levels. And you know, offensively, you know, those guys have been able to break a lot of records, you know, the last couple of years. And I think really the only thing on our mind is, you know, complementing our team. You know, how can we, you know, be of a benefit to the rest of the team? So, you know, it just comes down to really commitment and staying committed to each other. And, you know, us being the reason that we want to go, you know, where we want to go. So, you know, as long as we can continue to keep team first, I think we'll continue to get better.
Last three, starting in the back. Hey, Tyrann, real quick, talk about the secondary as a whole, because throughout this winning streak, you guys been playing good football. Someone similar to pick six last week. You got an interception, you got to make a play. Talk about Mike Hughes. Talk about the secondary as a whole.
Yeah, we got good coaching, man. You know, Dave Merritt, even Spags, those guys do a great job with us, really communicating with us, being able to, you know, allow guys to play to their strengths. And then I think, too, really in-game adjustments and really in-week adjustments when you're trying to prepare for a team or give them a new wrinkle, give them something different to look at. I think a lot of that credit, you know, has to go to the coaches. But I think us as players, you know, we just want to set the tone. We want to set the tempo. We want to be a part of the reason why, you know, people watch the Kansas City Chiefs. And so, you know, I think that obviously falls on leadership and just our preparation throughout the week, just trying to find something, you know, to get better at.
I just wanted to clarify. You said you got a text at 5 a.m. about playing in the slot. Was that yesterday or today?
It was Saturday morning. Saturday morning. Yeah, Saturday morning. Yeah.
Last one, Aaron. A lot of talk about the Chiefs getting their swagger back, right? What does that mean to you in your opinion?
I don't know. I'm just trying to stay humble. You know, I understand this. You know, it's a long season. You know, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. But I do feel that confidence growing. You know, I do feel that our preparation is really, you know, continuing to rise. And I think that has a lot to do with, you know, with the success we've been able to have, you know, the last couple of weeks, especially defensively. I think it comes down to a lot to, you know, of how we prepare.
All right, thank you.
Yep.